Welcome back to the vlog. Time check, it is 6:20 in the morning. It is, what day is it? Wednesday the 3rd of July. And I've had a bit of a break, as you can probably tell. We did publish the last vlog only a few days ago, but that was just to spread things out a little bit. But I've not turned this camera on for 7 days, basically, which has been unusual over the last few months, because if you have been following the vlog, you'll know that I do this quite regularly. So I'm just warming up my coffee mug. Definitely need this morning. But in a good way, because I am tired, but I'm a completely different type of tired to what I have been previously. Because previously it's been worn out, completely overworked tired. This time it's just because I've had a lovely week off. And we were travelling back yesterday and that sort of stuff, really. So no bad tiredness, just tiredness, and having to get up quite early now, where I haven't been getting up early for the last few days, because basically we've been in Mallorca on our first ever family holiday. Mallorca, by the way, not New York. For some reason, a few people thought I said New York in the last vlog. It's Mallorca in Spain that we went to. Very lovely island. And what am I doing? Wandering around aimlessly. Had 7 days off the business, basically. I did two things business related, and that was it. I didn't check Slack. I didn't check email. I just turned off. I literally switched off, which I've not done for a long time, many years actually. But it was absolutely the right thing to do, because I was very, very tired leading up to that holiday, due to a very, very busy period, and just a very busy 4 years running this business. It's been so I need to charge my ring. What a world we live in. It's been a hell of a ride, but a very tiring one. And I needed that. I just needed a break, and it's the best thing I could have done, I think. My voice is gone. That's good. However, straight back into it today. Very, very busy day. Very busy period coming up. Very exciting period coming up. And as always, I'll take you on the journey of what's going on. The only slightly annoying thing today is that, well, two things. I can't tell you what I'm doing. I can possibly tell you one of the things, but I don't know until I get there. The other thing I definitely can't, because it's under embargo. But the second annoying thing is that I need to use the main camera for this. So I need to take the FX3, which, if you've been watching this vlog for a little while now, you'll know that I'm trying to pare down how much gear I take with me to these things, because it's a pain, but I can't get away with it today. I need to take the big camera, and even worse, I've started moaning immediately as soon as I get back into work. Brilliant. That they are small moans, to be fair. Even worse is the fact that I've got to take two lenses. My voice is really going. Two lenses, one wide-ish angle, and the other one is my B-roll lens, which is heavy. And that means, I think I have to take this. I think I have to take my camera case thing, that, as well as the rucksack. I can put everything into the rucksack, but it's a bit of a pain. Okay, let me figure this out. Panicking for no reason. I don't need both lenses. I can just take one. I just need the main B-roll lens. I'm not out of it. I am a bit out of it. I'm just out of touch because I've been away for 7 days. 7 days isn't very long, is it? It's do you get that when you go on holiday and you think, I've been away for ages, what's changed? And then you realise that you've only been away for a week. And a week isn't very long at all. But yeah, I do feel slightly out of touch. Anyway, that makes the bag a little bit lighter, which is good. So I've got the camera, got the carbon fibre tripod. Get a carbon fibre tripod. If you do this sort of stuff, if you go about and film on the road and lug your stuff around, get yourself a carbon fibre tripod. Look, it fits perfectly-ish in here. That's the tripod there. And because it's carbon fibre, it's very, very light, which is fantastic. Anyway, got all that in the bag. Now, go home, do a little bit of writing, and then go for a run, because I need to go for a run before going on this very exciting trip today, which hopefully I can tell you about as I go. Definitely time for a weather moan, because I've come back from 30-degree Balearic weather to this, which is very, very British. Post-holiday runs. That sounds wrong. Post-holiday fitness is never very easy. However, I did use the gym a little bit while away, 3 or 4 times, and although this feels fairly horrible, I know it would have felt much worse if I hadn't gone to the gym on holiday. I still can't talk and run. I still can't talk and run. Didn't come out properly a minute ago. What am I talking about? Rambling. And I'm still talking and running. Why? Why make life harder for yourself? No idea. Sometimes I turn this camera on and don't know when to stop talking. This is one of those moments, and it's one of those moments where I wish I could stop talking, because it hurts. Stop talking. Done. That wasn't too bad, to be fair. It was on a painful scale. It was probably a 6. It would have been a 10 if I hadn't done that stuff on holiday. It would have been nightmarish. Anyway, time check. No filter, obviously. State of this. 8:09. So, time for breakfast with the family. Shower. Train station. Feeling refreshed and ready for the day, sort of. I think I'm there. I'm very much still in kind of holiday fuzzy mode, and that's not ideal today because I've got 2 really kind of important and busy things to do. So the first thing, I think I can mention this. So the first thing is basically with BYD. And BYD, you'll have heard them quite a bit on this vlog channel because I've done quite a bit of stuff with them. And they are, if you weren't aware, they are an EV company, an electric vehicle company, although that's not just what they do at all. In fact, their main thing for years has been battery technology and various other tech, and they've been around for many years. But they're slowly getting into the UK EV market. They're very big in China, which is where they're based. But yeah, they're starting to make inroads now into the UK. So. Doing lots of press stuff basically, and the thing they're doing today is that they've booked out a studio in a place called Leighton Buzzard. If you're from the UK, you'll have heard of that. If you're not from the UK, you'll never have heard of it. But it's basically a studio space in Leighton Buzzard they've booked out, and the idea is that people like me pop in and get some footage shot of a particular car that is in that studio space, and it's that I'm not sure if I can mention. It's not under embargo, I don't think, but I do have to be very careful with this stuff. I'll know when I get there, basically. So as always, I'll show you as much as I can. But the idea is that I go into this room and get some footage of this car. I'm doing this very much by the seat of my pants because, like I said, I only got back from holiday yesterday. I only found out about this yesterday. I know nothing about the car apart from a press release thing they've sent across, which I'm going to read on the train. That's it, basically. The second thing, someone's just pulled out on me, brilliant. The second thing is I definitely can't talk about because it's completely under embargo and it's a big brand, and I do not want to screw that up, so I will not tell you anything about that. I won't even give you any clues, just in case. So that's happening this afternoon. So basically, I go from Leamington to Leighton Buzzard, and then from Leighton Buzzard to London, and then from London back to Leamington Spa tonight. Quite a long day. Also, because I'm an idiot, I'm wearing this. I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts, and it's still raining. I mean, the temperature is 12 degrees. I thought it was going to be warmer than that. It's not even very warm, and I haven't brought a coat. I do this a lot. I think I might regret it. I'm assuming really that I'm going to be on public transport for most of today, so. The other very trivial thing I'm slightly concerned about today is the fact that I've just put some new number plates on my car. I say just, I did it last night when the weather was better. And if you may be aware of this, there's two ways to put number plates on. One of them is via screws, and the other way is via sticky pads. And obviously I've gone the sticky pad route because I don't want, this is ridiculous, I don't want screws to ruin the look of my car. Some of you will get this, I'm sure. So yeah, and I'm frightened to death that I'm gonna look in my rearview mirror any second now and see two number plates bouncing down the road. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm not not overly confident. I think they're okay. I've spent a long time on this. I've not just slapped them on. I have spent a long time because this is legal stuff. Obviously, I can't drive around without any number plates on. So pray for me. The good news is the number plates seem okay. I do need to redo the front one, I think, just to be doubly sure. It's not coming off, but just to be 100% confident with it. Oh dear, to be a car nut. The bad news is the weather's not getting any better. Actually, no, I've just said that and I've just realised the rain is stopping. There you go. No more moans about the weather today. And it's quite mild, to be fair. What is it now? Time check, by the way. 10:09. No, 10 past 9. Brilliant. Actually, it's okay. I think I'm going to be okay in this. In fact, I have no choice because this is what I'm wearing. Anyway, train is in half an hour, which means coffee, a little bit of work, and then down to Leighton Buzzard. I take you to the best places. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coventry. So Coventry to Leighton Buzzard, onto my little thing there, and then interestingly this train goes through Northampton, which is where I'm from. It's very rare that I get a train that goes through my hometown, but this one does go through Northampton on the way to Leighton Buzzard, so it's a trip down memory lane, even though I won't get off at Northampton, obviously, but yeah, but this is Coventry. If you're from Coventry, I'm sorry, but it's Northampton. Made it to Leighton Buzzard, and the weather is definitely worse here. Lovely. Made it, and this clothing decision was a terrible, terrible idea. Anyway, we're at the studios. In the studio now, this is such a cool setup. So this is basically, it's called Calvert Studios. It's in Leighton Buzzard, as I've been telling you all video. But basically, BYD have booked out this space. I think a lot of these car manufacturers do this to do these kind of shoots. So you have this massive kind of key light stationed above the car. This lovely kind of white backdrop. Off it goes. That's the U9, by the way. That's the Yang Wang U9, which is BYD's luxury car brand. You can't buy them in the UK, you can't buy them in Europe at the moment, only in China, but they are debuting that U9, which is basically a supercar. Does 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds or something, and 1300 horsepower, crazy thing. But they're debuting that at the Goodwood Festival of Speed next week, which is what I'm going to, which I think I mentioned earlier. If I didn't, that's what's happening. And they've also got the U8, which is this kind of big SUV, which can float. It's almost like a boat. But yeah, my job at the moment is to get footage of these, do some social stuff for TikTok and Instagram. And they've got a guy here who's doing some shooting as well, so I can do stuff to camera without me holding the camera, which is a nice change from me walking around like this, which is great. But this setup, guys, is amazing. I love this light. I want one of these lights in the studio. But yeah, so I've got about another hour-ish before I need to go down to London. So we're going to finish off with the U8, which is this one here. Where is it? Over there somewhere. Let me show you. Here it is. Finish off shooting the U8 and then head down to London. This is a cool job.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1342.
Okay, all done. That was such a cool experience. So this is all to do with the Mark Ellis Motors content brand now. So if you weren't aware, we've started a TikTok and an Instagram account purely for car content. And in the past, I'd have put this sort of stuff, the BYD stuff, on the Mark Ellis Reviews side of things, but there's a crossover, but it's just not enough, I don't think. And because I'm such a car guy, as you can probably tell if you've watched these vlogs for a while, it makes sense to really put everything into a specific car content based brand, which is what Mark Ellis Motors is. We'll put a link down below, to those two accounts so you can check them out if you're a fellow car person. But that was such a cool experience. That studio was amazing. I only had about an hour and a half only. That's quite a long time, to be fair. But yeah, about an hour and a half to get the footage of those two cars. So what I've done basically is I've got some stuff for a reel, like a longer form, a reel where it will have a voiceover and all that sort of stuff. Shot the B-roll for that and a little intro for both cars, and then did a very rough and ready with the phone reel, walking around it, talking about a few key features, and then just got some still photos of them as well for another Instagram post. So yeah, very exciting. We need more of that stuff, definitely for the Motors brand. Very rarely come to Euston these days. When I used to live in Northampton, this used to be the station that I'd come to whenever I went to London. Whereas now, these days, and again, if you're a regular viewer, you'll know this, Marylebone is the station that I normally go to. Euston is just packed. It's always chaos. Time check and weather update. So time check is 2:40. It's about 20-minute walk to the place I'm going to that I definitely cannot tell you about. I'm sorry, I cannot risk that at all, so I'll be very... Yeah, I just won't say anything about where I'm going, but 20-minute walk, weather update, still spitting, there's a bit of rain still, a little bit of rain, but it's getting a bit brighter. It's still not summer. This isn't summer, is it? I wasn't going to moan, I was going to stop moaning about the weather, wasn't I? But this isn't summer, I'm sorry.
Always makes me smile when I come to London because I spot all these little places where I've done filming before. So that's the British Library there, and there's normally, not today, but there's normally a very quiet little area, like a courtyard where you can just go and film and do your thing without people staring at you. Done it there before, and all the way down here actually I've done various little bits of A-roll for Marcos Reviews videos, and yeah, it just takes you back, a bit of nostalgia. And then in a matter of seconds the sun comes out. It's just like being in Spain, only it's not at all, because within seconds it will start raining probably. Stop moaning about the weather. It's too warm now. You know when you get that hot, sweaty feeling on your back when you're wearing a rucksack? I've got that now. I'm British. Not going there.
Because that never played Federer. I think many would have loved to have seen that match.
It's not a bad spot to watch Wimbledon, is it? Ironically, here I am again, running and talking, but for different reasons. Nothing bad, just train. Train leaves in 10 minutes, and I think I'm going to make it, to be fair. Anyway, out of breath because of the running. Secret event I can't talk about. Mad, crazy. I will talk about it at some point, but yeah, just nuts. But now, he says, try not to get run over. It's time to get a train home, so I'm glad I can show you a bit of today, because as you know, I hate having this whole embargo thing where I can't talk about it. Today I could, one of the things. The other thing I couldn't. But again, it's just that little window into my world. So, talk about straight back into the frying pan. In a good way, but it's just holiday finished, straight back into it. I'm a bit worried about missing this train, so I'm going to bid you farewell now, not get run over by a bus. And as always guys, if you've enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, tell your mates, and I'll catch you in the next episode.